All right, guys, so we got to talk about this pretty interesting clip from Bill Maher's show involving Donna Brazile, who used to be the chair of the DNC, making racist comments about Vivek Ramaswamy, or comments that are being described as racist. Now, again, the reason why this is important, because this is another example of the hypocrisy of the left when it comes to this issue of race and racism in this country, right? It's totally fine and totally okay for leftists and liberals and Democrats to be racist. They can be as racist as they want to be, right? However, when people on the right, conservatives, Republicans, when they are being racist, oh my God, it's the end of the world. See, this is proof that this is the party of white supremacy, and they hate minorities and they're trying to take away all your rights, right? This is what they say, okay? They scream and they cry about it, right? But yet Democrats, again, are allowed to be casually racist all the time, and it doesn't matter. They never face consequences for their actions, okay? Here, Donna Brazile works for ABC, okay? And she's going to make this comment on Bill Maher's show.
And Vivek needs to just shut the hell up and go home. I'm tired of
We all hate Vivek. Okay. It's Vivek.
Vivek. Well, whatever. Not that I have... Vivek.
Whatever. Would you say that about other ethnic?
Donna, I'm Donna. Vivek. Is it Vivek Ramaswamy? Ramaswamy?
Vivek Ramaswamy.
Thank you so much. I learn so much when I come on this show.
I know, but...
Vivek? Vivek needs to go home.
I agree.
He runs it.
I just feel like there's something wrong with everybody refusing to learn to say his name.
Vivek.
I just feel there's a little racism there. There's just a little.
Okay. Vivek, I'll say it.
Okay, all right. I'm just saying. It's like, I know we don't like him, but just say his name right.
You're the first one I've ever heard say that.
I could be wrong. Maybe it's not Vivek.
Yeah, maybe
no, it is Vivek, because I heard him do a rap and he said it rhymes with cake.
Okay, all right.
And this is what the CNN audience needs to know.
Yeah, so I have a friend that I grew up with that I just pronounce his name Vivek, right? Or Vivek, that's the way I pronounce his name. And I've never been corrected on it, right? I've never been told that is the wrong pronunciation. So when it comes to Vivek Ramaswamy, naturally I just say Vivek, because I have a friend that I literally grew up with who has the same name, okay? And I've never been corrected on it. Nobody's ever told me that it was wrong, okay? Except you guys in the comments always tell me that I pronounce it wrong. But I'm not pronouncing it wrong on purpose, right? It's kind of like an accident, right? It's not something that I'm doing on purpose as a way to basically smear the guy, which is what you're seeing here from Donna Brazile, okay? Not only did she mispronounce his first name, when corrected on it, she mispronounced his last name as a joke. Vivek, Ramaswamy, right? Like that's what she did. Okay. Now, also what she said is that she said that he needs to go home, right? And she said it twice. Okay. She said it twice. Now, Vivek has responded to this. Okay. He says, I wonder what they do if a white Republican intentionally mispronounced Donna's name and then told her to return home. Now, again, Vivek is laughing about it, right? Because at the end of the day, it's not that big of a deal. In my opinion, I don't think it's that big of a deal either, okay? Because, I'm going to keep it 100 with you. I like racist jokes, low key. Those are my favorite jokes. They're just jokes at the end of the day. I don't really mean anything by it. And I think Vivek is probably the same way, again, considering how he has the laughing emoji here at the end. Again, he's not hurt or offended by it, right? The same way I'm not hurt or offended by it. And that's kind of the point, right? The point is that, if somebody was to make a black joke, I am not going to get upset about it, right? Like, I'm actually going to laugh. I remember one of my last live streams for the debate, I was late. And then people in the comment section was making jokes saying that I was on Black Standard Time, right? I was late because I'm black. That was hilarious to me, right? It was hilarious to me. I was laughing because it's just funny, right? It's just funny. And I think that there's, kind of an element of truth to, some of these jokes and stuff like that. So I personally don't care, okay? I've used these jokes a lot, right? So for me personally, I can dish it and I can take it, Okay, and that's, again, the point here is that I can dish it and I can take it. Now, do you guys think that Donna Brazile can dish it and take it, right? And do you think if a white Republican was on that show and, you know, some black woman was on the show and she had a funny name like, I don't know, Shaniqua or something, right? And the Republican was mispronouncing her name or making casually, you know, racist jokes, do you think that Donna Brazile would be kiki and ha-ha, right? Do you think that she would be okay with a white male Republican basically making racist jokes about a black woman, right? Do you think that she would be okay with it? Actually, we know they wouldn't be okay with it because these are the same people that were boohoo whining and crying about Republicans mispronouncing Kamala Harris's name, right? I mean, I can't tell you how many times people have tried to correct, you know, individuals on how to pronounce Kamala. Right? I'm not even sure if I am pronouncing it correct right now. Okay, but yeah, that was a whole thing for a while. Okay, oh, Republicans are racist for mispronouncing Kamala's name.
Some of y'all can pronounce Daenerys Targaryen, but magically can't pronounce Kamala. Kamala! Just say you're racist and move on.
I mean, yeah, obviously, I don't support Kamala Harris as a politician either. But legitimate reasons to criticize her for is her past as a politician, her policies, her career. An illegitimate reason to criticize her is her name, which is of Indian origin, her race, things like that. Then it stops being a political opinion and it just starts being racism. And you know, there's others of us in the Indian community that have that name. For example, Kamala is quite a common name in the Indian community. Like my grandma was called Kamala. There's quite a few people who say that their grandmas are called Kamala. So if you're making fun of the name or making fun of her ethnicity or making fun of anything like that, you're making fun of all the rest of us as well, and we're obviously going to get annoyed about it.
Yeah, so this is the type of complaining that they do when it happens to Democrats, right? They do this type of complaining. In fact, I remember when Vivek first started getting popular, you had a whole lot of the pro-blacks, right? The pro-black woke revolutionaries. You know, they're mad at Vivek because of the things that he was saying, the truths that he was saying. Okay, so you had a whole lot of these people come out here and basically try to imply that he's not from the United States, that he's from India, right? Even though, again, the guy was born in Ohio, he is an American. No. They just assume that he's an immigrant, okay, because he is brown, because he is Indian, okay? This is what they were saying. This is what they were doing. Again, not knowing that if he was actually from India, if he was actually an immigrant, then he wouldn't be able to run for president. Again, shows you how ignorant a lot of these people are, right? This is what they do. This is what they do.
Another immigrant placating to white conservatives while standing on the bodies of black Americans. So we have to talk about Vivek Baba Swaba Boo Boo Boo, whatever his name is, okay? I don't care. This dude comes from India. Now, I don't know what it is about white conservatives, not all, but the white ignorance within the white conservative base. I don't know what it is about you bringing in immigrants in order to promote your false narratives. I don't know what it is. You guys bring in black immigrants all the time, and then you put them on Fox News to talk about reparations or black on black crime or Chicago, right? You bring in these Indian immigrants, you bring in white immigrants, you bring all these immigrants in order to promote your narratives, in order to shield you from the cold, hard, harsh reality that is truth. Now, when it comes to Vivek Baba Boo Boo Boo,
right, they're always crying, "Oh my God, it's black people. Everybody's so anti-black. Everybody's so racist against us." But every time you look, you know, these people are always being racist against other people, right? They are what they complain about the most, okay? They boohoo, whine, and cry about racism towards them or perceived racism towards them. But when it comes to Vivek Ramaswamy, it's open season on him, right? Even though, I mean, he's not white, right? He's brown. He just doesn't have the right opinions, right? He doesn't have the right opinions. Therefore, it's open season on him. You know, I get mispronouncing his first name. It's not the easiest thing to pronounce, but his last name, I think, is pretty simple, right? Ramaswamy is not that hard to get right, okay? And again, that comes from somebody who is a serial mispronouncer, right? I'm a serial mispronouncer, but I don't think I've ever gotten Ramaswamy wrong, okay? I'm just saying. But when you say Ramaswamy, when corrected on it, you say whatever, as if you don't care, as if it doesn't matter. And then you say, well, he needs to go back home twice, right? Again, would a Republican be able to get away with that Hell no. Okay, because me personally, hey, I would give people the benefit of the doubt and say, okay, well, she's telling him he needs to go back home to Ohio, right? But again, if this is a white male Republican telling a black person to go back home, okay, what do you think the left would say? The first conclusion they would jump to is, well, he's telling her to go back to Africa, right? To go back to Africa. He's mispronouncing her name, right? Telling her to go back to Africa. This is racism, okay? These people, again, they would lose their minds, right? So I do think it's a little, appropriate here for Bill Maher to call out Donna Brazile on what is clear and blatant hypocrisy from Democrats who boohoo, whine, and cry about this stuff all the time, okay? Which is part of the reason why I think that we should stop boohoo, whining, and crying about it, okay? Because when Republicans do it, I think it's fine. When Democrats do it, I think it's fine. I think that we need to stop being so soft, right, and snowflakes when it comes to stuff. Again, it's open season all day to crack jokes on white people and to say whatever you want about, conservatives or Republicans or whatever. Fine. Well, we're going to do the same thing to you, and that's it, right? That'll be our politics, and it is what it is, okay? I think that that's how it should work. But again, unfortunately, because of precedents that the Democrats set, because of the kicking and screaming and crying and the boohooing about racism, when it comes to these type of things, I don't think that Donna Brazile should be able to keep her job at ABC, right? I think ABC should look at Donna Brazile and her comments and do what CNN did to Don Lemon and give her the axe for this, right? Because again, if she was a white male Republican contributor, we've seen what happens, right? We've seen white males get fired for commentating baseball games and accidentally saying the N-word, right? Or, for accidentally saying a word that offends somebody, even though clearly they didn't say it on purpose or anything like that. No, we've seen people lose their jobs for less than this, right? For less than this, okay? I mean, we're talking about, saying something on accident and then people saying, well, it was racist. Donna Brazile can just, again, openly be racist. And I guarantee you nothing's going to happen to her, right? ABC won't even talk to her about it. When again, if she had a penis and was white, okay, we all know that she would be on the way out the door. She would be axed yesterday, right? She would have been gone. ABC would have already released some statement saying that we don't endorse these type of comments. We stand against hate and bigotry and racism of any kind. And because of that, we've let this individual go. That's exactly what they be doing. But here we are, right? Black woman privilege, right? This is what we see right here. Black woman privilege, where you're just openly allowed to do this type of stuff and to say this type of stuff with no repercussions whatsoever. Again, it's amazing the double standards we have in this country. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.